Thank you for staying with us here on the WHHI-TV Daily News. Mayor Perry is here for his monthly update, and of course, we're going to have to start with the bridge. You had a presentation given to you by Council on Monday, and that was laid out 6 options, I believe, that range everything from the bare minimum to the whole enchilada.
That's
so
correct.
That's between 88 million and 400 and something million. And so what are we talking about?
Right. So last week, members of town council and town staff and county council and county staff met with DOT and discussed what the options were and the reality of what was going to happen. And then on Monday, county council came and had a public workshop to kind of put that information out there. So you know what, we're time's running out. We've got to make a decision. So what's been asked from the Department of Transportation is that the county and the town create a resolution of agreements of how the project should move forward. Mm-hmm. So as of right now, on February 12th at 5 o'clock at Buckwalter Rec Center, there's going to be a joint meeting between the county and the town to discuss just that and to come up with a resolution so we can send it to the state, and then they in turn can go to the state infrastructure bank to see what funding will remain in place. So while there's funding there, we don't know what might remain in place after the 31st of March.
Got it. And so for the meeting on the 12th, you're going to be discussing all 6 of the options and kind of trying to whittle that down to the one you're going to
That's correct. We're going to talk about all 6 and also the pros and cons of each one that makes sense. Right, so there's 2 of them that really don't make sense, and that's the complete project, and then the other one is just replacing the existing Mackey's Creek Bridge.
Right, so that's the 2 ends of the spectrum.
That's correct. Yeah. That's correct. So what's in the middle, and where do we go, and how do we address that? That makes the most sense economically for the community and everybody else.
Yeah. Well, so we also are taking on another big project, and that's beach renourishment. So talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we had a meeting last night, and we gave Mark Orlando, town manager, the permission to go ahead and move forward and sign the permit. And there's something that's come out that's been a little bit of a misnomer in that dogs are going to be banned in certain areas of the beach in a wide swath because of the Fish and Wildlife Reserve. Well, that was what the Fish and Wildlife came in and recommended because of the piping plovers that nest there and some other migratory birds. They said this area from Dolphin Head to past Port Royal needed to be banned for dogs. Well, after working together and realizing where those piping plovers really were, it's a small section by Fish Hall Creek that really isn't accessible by people. So it shouldn't have that much of a negative effect on the residents and our guests.
Okay, well that's good. There frequently seems to be a little bit of misinformation about dogs on the beaches, so always good to clear that up.
Well, and it's also because different areas along the coast have different rules and regulations.
Right, absolutely. And so also we wanted to touch on, because of all these things that are going on, all these moving parts, your strategic planning meeting did get moved from earlier this month to later this month.
That's correct.
So let's talk about that.
So we've got a workshop on the 25th to actually address beach renourishment, and then on the 26th and 27th is our strategic action plan workshop at the Westin. So yes, because of everything that's going on with the bridge in that scenario, we've had to move it. So we do invite people to come out and be heard, and let us hear what you have to say and what you're thinking about where we need to go as a community.
Yeah, and just in terms of dates, beach renourishment starts when?
Well, so that's still not finalized, right?
Okay.
We've got to have the permit signed so we can actually go out and get beds. So there's a whole process that needs to take place, but we would expect it to probably start sometime in July.
All right, well, thank you, Mayor, as always, for the information. It's always a pleasure to see you, and we'll look forward to your update next month.
Great, thank you.
And we'll be back in a moment, so please don't go away.